Okay, seriously, you guys, enough is enough. These are not dumplings. They're donuts, okay? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Blade Showcase for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and today we're going to be looking at Vess. Vess, who is acquirable through a very long side quest that you'll be able to do by the time you reach Chapter 5, I believe. You get her at Torigoth. Once you finish her side quest, she will be yours to use. And last time, when I did a healer type, I actually used Adenine, and I kind of classified her as more of a sort of a healer or an attacker under the guise of a healer. This is Vess, and she is almost pure healer at this point. She does pack quite a bit of a mean punch, that being said, every healer in this game does, but Vess has an amazing toolkit for actually keeping those heals, keeping the entire party as healthy as possible at all times. So the first thing you'll notice is that she's an electric type, meaning that she is going to synergize with the same people that you are used to seeing if you use electric type attackers. In particular, she can synergize with other earth types, electric types, fire types, water types, you name it. It's quite versatile. Now, the thing about Vess, which makes her so interesting, is her specials. You might find yourself spamming Healing Bolt a lot. And, like, of course, if you're trying to build up your team combos, then you might want to focus on that. But the thing about spamming Healing Bolt is that you get two big heals, and you'll actually notice that, I think, with a couple of other healers, but yeah, you get the big AoE and an AoE heal. Very useful. Ball Lightning has a nice bonus in that it gives bonus damage to machine-type enemies. These are going to be very common towards the end of the story, and quite a few additional areas have machines as well. It's just a nice way to patch up the fact that she isn't as offensively oriented as, say, the Knuckle Claw users. So, one more thing I have to say is the Thunderstrike. Thunderstrike, just, like, it's a little bit difficult to build up because she is a Bitball user. And the thing about Bitballs is that even with all the different buffs and maxed out affinity, you might still have trouble building up to this level, but if you do, then you get some potions dropped. And that's very useful because the thing about the Bitball is that it's quite mobile. In fact, the same thing can be said for most of the healer classes, but yeah, you're going to be running around quite a bit when you're playing as this character. Now, one other thing I want to say is the other things about her affinity chart, and it is the fact that Space Tea Time reduces the recharge of enemies in battle by 10% at level 1 at max affinity, and if we were to max it out, it would have been a whopping 20%. Getting max affinity is actually very easy if you have either the Hunter's Chemistry auxiliary cores or the Shoulder to Shoulder. And also, that being said, because you are playing as Vess, it's pretty easy to stay healthy at all times. As well, there is going to be Sympathy. It increases affinity, but we probably won't be making much use of it anyway because you won't endure affinity loss due to the fact that you're healing and you're already at max affinity to begin with, but it's nice to have. And of course, critical hit rate, which kind of helps her stay competitive in terms of, you know, things like damage. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The auxiliary cores that I want to kind of draw our attention to is of course Hunter's Chemistry 5, which is great because we want to get the drop on our enemies at all times, and Specials level 1 plus 3. Now, the reason why I want Specials level 1 is because I personally like to play Vess by spamming her Special level 1. It's a heal, and you'll find that like 3 out of her 5 main attacks or her main abilities are all healed. It's quite useful. You're going to be staying healthy fairly often. Now, in terms of other team options, we're going to quickly look at Nia. Her accessories are more or less kind of set in stone from my perspective. I haven't really seen if there's a better one out there, but improving the effective healing arts will be very useful. And Promise Ring, which means that we're going to fully heal people because it does stack with her initial buffs on her own affinity chart. Now, the thing about Vess, or any Bitball, or really any healer, is the fact that it's quite easy to run around and pick up stuff that falls. This means that she actually works really well with Shiba, because Shiba needs the driver to be at 90% health or higher in order to do better damage, and the money used to buff up their damage. So basically, you're kind of like the perfect support. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and keep our tank healthy. Now, healing is fairly straightforward. Just keep a look on the keep your eye on the charts. And canceling the attacks, it's fairly simple. You want to wait for the 3 hits for the spin. The healing circle timing is a little bit tricky to get into, but I think it's like right when it hits. So we're going to go ahead and Yeah, like we're able to run around freely while this is going on. The animation is quite long. Okay, get ourselves a launch volt. So yeah, like it's actually very easy to pick up all the potions that you've created through either your level 3 or your dolphin spin. So again, we're gonna go cancel this, go for 3 hits on the dolphin spin, and go for the break. I'm gonna see if I can build up a level 2 if we have enough time. See if they'll let us. So yeah, so as soon as the effect goes off, you should be able to go cancel your healing circle. It's not as obvious as, say, most other attacks in the game, but it's something to keep in mind. Alright, so we have Tora. Go ahead and cancel some more. And that topple. And again, I want to go ahead and kind of just run around. I'm gonna wait a little bit before this begins. And now Shiba's gonna use a level 3, and hopefully this will drop some money for me to pick up. And when I pick up the money, Shiba is going to get a direct buff. Vess and Shiba actually complement each other quite well. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Cancel. Nope. Okay, cancel this, and then now we're free to run around and pick these up quickly. Again, like, it's very engaging, the healing in this game, and the thing about Vess is that since it takes so long for these attacks to actually go down, or for her level 1 combo, you actually have plenty of time, all the time in the world to pick up your stuff. Now, I could go ahead and build to a level 2 for the Ball Lightning. That does bonus damage against machine types who we happen to be fighting against right now. Okay, I don't think we can get the topple, that's why I'm looking at the Ultimate Aurora. I believe that is 2 elemental orbs in our pocket, and we're definitely going to make use of that one. Here we are. Also, you're probably wondering, yes, this is Poppy's 3rd form. And yeah, look forward to a little video about that one. Poppy is actually very in-depth. I cannot wait to get into that some more. Here we go. Actually, I think we can pretty much just finish off now, if we were so inclined. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, like, you can just really run around everywhere. That's the really fun thing about the Bitball. And there's actually quite a few, like, it's really funny because even though the driver arts tend to be very similar to each other, each blade in this game has unique properties that let them sort of differentiate from each other. And Vess really fits the playstyle of people that are just concerned about keeping people healthy. You know what, we're not even going to use the party gauge. We're having fun here. Just bouncing around, dribbling the ball. It's really clever. Who thought of this? Alrighty. Yeah, and of course, you have all the time in the world to reposition yourself. I actually have nothing much else to do. So yeah, because we have Shiba, whenever she does her stage 3 combo, again, you can just run around, pick up all the coins, and buff her damage. But yeah, that basically does it for Vess. She's a very, very good healer. Definitely put it on Nia, because Nia already has plenty of passives that increase her healing, and since she already kind of fills a role of a healer, it's best just to give her one more healer, and this time an electric type. Being the electric type, she synergizes quite well with water, and Dromark is a water type, so yeah, definitely something you want to consider, and yeah, let me know what you guys think. And thank you everyone for joining me for the Vess showcase, and I will see you guys at the very next one. Hope you guys look forward to it.